I'm in the air, bro. You just some top flight. Bro, you the reason why I'm always seeing cop lights.
Hello, everyone. Thank you again for joining me on another wonderful adventure of Peace Under the Sky. Again, I'm still traveling, so I'm not in the studio with my wonderful paintings, but I will give you guys the link. We have a wonderful artist here with us today by the name of Gent Jack. Time music is wonderful, great taste. Here he comes right now. What's up,
Hey,
Gent Jack?
what's
I have
up?
been waiting for this.
What is going on?
Oh my
It's time. It's been
gosh.
time. Heck yeah.
It has. So tell us a little bit about what you're going through and doing here with the music. I'm excited.
Man, so I am Gent Jack. I'm back after a hiatus. A little bit of life hiatus, when you got to take care of your business and all that kind of thing. And now I'm back to spread the music that I love to spread.
Scarecrow, I'm in the air, bro. You just some top flight. Bro, you the reason why I'm always seeing cop lights.
My cup.
Giving brain, Jack be there like Scarecrow. I'm in the air, bro. You just some top flight. Bro, you the reason why I'm always seeing cop lights.
My cup.
Giving brain, Jack be there like Scarecrow. I'm in the air, bro. You just some top flight. Bro, you the reason why I'm always seeing cop lights.
My cup.
Giving brain, Jack be there like Scarecrow. I'm in the air, bro. You just some top flight. Bro, you the reason why I'm always seeing cop lights.
My cup.
Giving brain, Jack be there like Scarecrow. I'm in the air, bro. You just some top flight. Bro, you the reason why I'm always seeing cop lights.
My cup.
Giving brain, Jack be there like Scarecrow. I'm in the air, bro. You just some top flight. Bro, you the reason why I'm always seeing cop.
I've been
Yes,
back
absolutely.
doing it for about a year now. I think I started about this time last year, started back. And I've been doing some shows around North Carolina, Virginia, and South Carolina, and just we're kind of slowly expanding it. I run with Slummerville Records, and that's with my partner Sunset Black. We got Low Key Lee. We got a host of other artists that's just all types of different flavor. I used to be categorized as a hip hop artist. Now I'm just an artist, and you will kind of see that when you listen to the music. That we are very experimental. We don't mind dipping into different things, different flavors, and we just move by the melodies.
Okay. So when did you first start doing music? I know it's been a few years.
Yeah, well, back before the Revolutionary War, um,
The
the,
old 1800s.
I started back in high school. I was a band kid. So the first instrument I ever learned to play was a saxophone. Once I started learning music theory and really kind of connecting the dots, that allowed me to expand to different instruments. And then I really loved the piano. And coming up, I would, love songs on the radio and try to emulate them on my instrument, whether it's on my saxophone or piano. And I love hip hop growing up, and so I would do that, and just love kind of the responses, even in the band room, from other fellow musicians, and it just kind of just gravitated and just kind of started growing. I've always been really good with words and just being able to put words together and finding the funniness of the English language and just kind of make it play with each other. And so those two just kind of came together towards the end of high school, and I've just been doing it ever since. I'm one of those artists that I just enjoy putting things together. I enjoy seeing a concept go from being in your brain to a concept to actually something tangible that you can let somebody else listen to and enjoy. So that's been it. Professionally, I'd say semi-professional since about 2012, 2013.
Okay. What platforms have you been on so far? I know there was a
As
few
far
of
as
them.
like availability for the music or whatnot.
Yeah, because I remember when me and you and Future, remember when we
Yeah.
were on, what was it, SoundCloud or
Uh
Click?
Sound Click.
Right.
Yeah. Those songs are still up there actually. If anybody ever wanted to dig into the oh No, they're not. The site went down. They had a virus or something. It's gone. You can't find it no more. I just checked. This is gone.
He said it's gone. No, it's all
Not
art,
sure
like
what
you
happened
said,
to
right?
it. Yeah.
It's all art. Our old school stuff, good times,
It's
right?
good times. I treat it like a library at this point. Like it's older. If I ever wanted to go down memory lane, I'll go there and start just clicking on some songs or listening to them. You know how music is; it takes you back to a certain time. So it's always enjoyable to go there and just spend some time listening to that stuff. Sometimes
And does it ever give you inspiration?
it does. It gives me inspiration because you can see yourself grow as a person and your mindset growth. Because back then, I would just say if it was on my mind, I'd just say it regardless of how it sounded, how it came out, and listening back at it. There's some things I definitely wouldn't co-sign myself saying back then, but nevertheless, it's enjoyable. But there are some things that I would listen to and be like, man, you know what? This would definitely go today if I was to just do a little some of this and a little some of that to that. And as a matter of fact, Easter egg, there is a few bits and pieces in that sound clip thing that you will actually hear, not maybe in its original form, a little bit of it, but that you'd actually hear in some of the stuff I do now. So you'll see some correlations. You will hear me make references to things from there because to me it's just one continuous timeline. When you go from the music, but there's a lot of people that obviously only picked up on me this time or at this point or at this point. So if anybody if I ever had diehards that ever digged into the archive, it would be a treasure for them because I'll be leaving Easter eggs all in my current stuff.
I love that. So tell us a little bit about how your family reacts to you doing music.
So let's talk about my son. Matter of fact, he could be found on TikTok, Fletch Legacy. My son also produces and he raps now, and it's actually really, really good out of Greensboro. I don't want to gas his head up, so don't let him see this clip or whatnot, because he got to work on it or whatnot. But he is good. He's going places. The sky's the limit for him. I did not let them know about it, at least directly while they were growing up, obviously. I know when they were little, they saw the studio set up and maybe they, obviously connected the dots as they got a little older. But it wasn't until my son was maybe 17, 18 that we actually had conversations. And those conversations were more like advice conversations like, Dad, like, I'm trying to get this set up. I'm getting a delay here. How do I do this? And how do I do that? So it's more so helping him navigate so that he doesn't have to so much figure as much out that we had to figure out back in the day when we were running into issues. And he sent me a picture of his setup. He's doing way better than I was back in the day with that little computer that I had and that little $10 mic. He's doing it. So, but outside of that, family is pretty supportive of it. Very conscience driven, especially from my mom's standpoint. She knows I love music all my life. Definitely not a fan of chugging other beers or whatnot, obviously, but that's a mom, you can't blame for that. But outside of that, there's it's overwhelming support. But as I've been all my life, I've always kept the two elements kind of separate. So that way one doesn't so much so spill into the other. The older I've gotten, the safer it has become for those elements to come back in together, simply because the music, the content, and the mission at this point is so much more different now that it could coexist together now.
Absolutely.
Step back, shining on my Gent shit.
Dreads hang low, wallet full of that mint shit. Fresh 100, fresh 50s, fresh bottles, fresh 20s, fresh gin, fresh jack, fresh yak, fresh Henny. I can't see another rapper rapping after me. I'm a walking, talking catastrophe of a masterpiece. I kill beats for or after the lease. You asking me, I've been about that bitch, nigga. Go and run that masterpiece. Bada bada motherfucker, when the building, I'm feeling like $1 million. You look up in my yard, see a million cars.
Understandable. So what kind of things do you have coming up? I know you've done a few shows in the past. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh man, last year. So Sunset Black is like my brother from another mother. We have been doing music since he was one of the first people I met when I moved to Charleston, South Carolina. So it was not long after leaving Tennessee. And we've developed our sound together, and he never stopped. I had my hiatus about 2017. I kind of slowed down. He never slowed down. And with that, he grind hard. He's one of the hardest working people you will know. He'll work till the wheels fall off. He ended up landing the opportunity last year to open up for Tech Nine. And so I got an invite to help him open up for Tech Nine. And again, this was kind of coming right off of I've been out of it for a long, long time. So I was like, you know what? Even though I don't really do this like this anymore, this is a one in a lifetime opportunity. This is my boy. I ain't seen him in a minute. You know what? Let's go out there. Let's have a good time. Let's meet Tech Nine. Let's meet some other artists and have a good time with it. And I did it. And the type of response that I got from it, wow. Wow. So much love that I realized just in looking at the artists that were all around me, because outside of that, all I had was what I saw on social media and TikTok. And we know where hip hop is, at least in the mainstream sense of it. And that was just something that I knew I didn't fit in. I was older and I just didn't care to be a part of that was going on. I didn't have a hate for it, but I just didn't care to be a part of it. So there's a whole different society of artists that think like-minded like myself, that's wanting to really address that underserved, severely underserved segment of rap fans that maybe 25, 30 plus that really enjoy, pure music, but they're not, being fed that, at least from a mainstream perspective. And that was just hugely refreshing, and it lit a fire back up under me again. So after that, I was signing on to other shows. I've probably done 10, 15 shows between maybe September and last week.
got it. I got it. I got it. I can change the game as we know it. I ain't gonna let them down. This is my chance to show it. About to act the clown. I got it. I saw, I deliver, I conquer. I'm Gent, I'm Jack, I'm a boss and a monster. Many niggas on the table, they be telling and flipping the script when this shit don't get mentioned. Niggas is joking, I need to keep your distance, cause I run with a gang of henchmen. And I really don't want no problems, better keep that beef raw. And I got that radio, this shit to make that. I got it. I got it. I got it. I can change the game.
Are you using these days to record?
So, you know, I haven't been recording in the house. There's a studio that I go to in Charleston, South Carolina, and it's ran by a gentleman named 40 Ounce. And we've been working with him probably in the utmost of the last 6 years. Now, as of this past holiday season, I did invest in some more equipment, but that's more so on creating my own instrumentals. So I am using a Oxygen MIDI sequencer, and I have Reason 12, the software. It's the same software I used back in the day, but it was like maybe an earlier version, maybe Reason 4 or 5. But as far as vocal recording, I hadn't done it at the house in a long time, but I do have a roommate who's in a band, and he does record some of his vocals in his room, and he's been using Cakewalk. Because Cakewalk was back and it was actually free. Remember we used to use Cakewalk back in the day?
Yeah, I forgot about Cakewalk. I was always thinking Fruity Loops. I was like, Fruity Loops, what was it called? Yeah. Okay. I'm
doing those shows. It's just networking, especially when you get to hear other people perform, and you're like, oh my gosh, like that's great. That's an awesome angle, you know, versus, you know, back in the day, you know, you would see it and not be so happy with what you saw. You know what I'm saying? It's completely different now. Like, it's all love. And I can remember like when I was married and it being such a divide in the house, you know, that I even did music or that I even liked music. And when I was when we did the Halloween Hoot Nanny, the one where it was the Gorilla Zoe and Young Buck and Lil Flip and all them, like there were the artists there. They were there with their wives, you know, like their wives had like their back, like at the Tech Nine, Lil White was back there with his wife. Wife stayed by his side the whole time. Like it's something that they can enjoy together. It's not like that you know how it used to be, you know, where you know don't bring your wives. We wilding out here, all this kind of stuff.
right.
It's completely different. It's enjoyable.
That's one of my questions that I actually was going to get into. Who is the lucky lady in your life? I ask that to all my artists. So the fans are wanting to know, the women, the ladies are wanting to know what's going on. Yes.
Oh man, she is lucky, definitely. For security purposes, I cannot put the name out there.
That's fine.
But yeah, she's like, we've been talking for about a year or so, and she has my back on a lot of different things. Very, very sweet, sweetheart. And she's come to a couple of my teen things.
Oh. Have you made any music for her specifically? Any songs for her?
I sing in the shower sometime, and you know, I put her in that.
Of course, that's what I'm saying, you know.
Well, I don't try to conquer something romantic that these couples can kind of gravitate to and
you should.
And share
it's
and enjoy
Valentine's
together.
Week.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Because it's Valentine's Day is coming up, and then you could do Just Because I Love You music. Something, you know, something really romantic. That would be amazing. I'm trying to get you hype. I'm trying to get you to come up in here and blow some.
Well, all right, I'm gonna do you one right quick.
Let's go.
All right. This is gonna be a cappella because I ain't gonna play no music for it. All right. Let's see. I heard somebody said it was thirsty. Perfect. I'm here and I pour it in person. Personally, I like the gins, then some Hennessy, then it be. But like to keep up my energy. Simply, I got the cheat code for this. Just shot jumping and got a woman thinking the biscuit. Wait, real quick, dropping the fat shit. Because ain't a drink out here fucking with radioactive. Pour it, rolling and sip. We twisting on chicken stripper. That's just killing us on the liquor. I'm feeling like I'm the dude. Whew, okay. All right. So just a little bit. I got give a little bit of
Get
I
the back.
tell you a funny story about comedians. All right. So last week when I performed in Gastonia, North Carolina, it was a solo set. So I was the only one performing. And it had been a long time since I'd done that myself, right? So when I was on stage and there's little breaks in between the songs on my set, I'm just kind of standing up there and I'm not as talkative as I used to be back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So standing up there and I'm looking at the audience and I'm like, damn, what should I say? So I'm like, yeah. So, we're about to start the next song or whatever. And you know how I just realized I was like, I'm not a really, really good hype man. I should probably work on that.
Right.
And then something dawned on me. I want to start doing little comedy bits in between my songs, right? Because I got dad jokes for days, right? You know what I'm saying? And I figure, I don't think that's ever been done. If it has, I hadn't heard of it. But if I could hit them with a couple of two pieces, or maybe one that it takes maybe 30 seconds to set up and get them laughing, and then the beat drops,
Right.
only one or two things can happen, right? Either the jokes are really terrible, right?
Right.
And then I'm like, okay, we'll play the beat. We're gonna get back to the music then. Or,
Right.
they really, really laugh and then it increases the engagement. So either way, it's a
Right.
win-win. So I think next time I do a
Absolutely.
solo set, I am gonna like put some humor in there to like a lot of times I've noticed a lot of the performers will either start talking about where they're from, or how bad they are from where they're from, how they used to like sell drugs, and they have all these great
Right.
fillers in between the songs. Man, I be working at Best Buy, feel me? So I'm like, unless
Right.
you want me to talk to you about your computer, what am I gonna talk about? So then, putting that humor in there would be like perfect in between, Yeah, with the segment of people that are there, I think that they would definitely appreciate that humor because I'm fairly sure there's some dads in there,
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree.
That kind of remind me of man, what's the name of that song we did back in the day, man? What's the name of that? What you looking at?
What you looking at, right? Oh yeah, with a future. I
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
right? That was so long ago. I still have
I
the
think
when
we
you sent
thinking
it
the
on
flight of a man, the
SoundClick.
flight on land. Black and Jack, a every man in the damn caravan. Look, it's nitty gritty, itty bitty motherfuckers being shitty like you really ain't feeling the committee. Thug giving me a happy dance to the carrying your Maradona and your bomb in your city. Blaze is what, man? Ever both known crazy boys, drunk back top on the lazy boy, while your chick get loaded in the Navy boy, while I rolling up a thing, got a hazy boy, keep it pulling the henny, because you know that the thug is in me when I buzz in the club getting drunk, I'm crowding the henny. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
It's amazing how you like.
We went hard
I
on
think
that.
a lot of artists run into that as they get older, and they are putting more of their energies into their life and taking care of themselves and their families, and then when they get to writing, it's like, what the hell am I going to write about? Like da 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 da.
Right.
But so that's why it's always good to be around other like-minded artists, because maybe you can see what perspectives that they're taking and what parts of their life that they're focusing on the beauty of it and making it into music, and then you realize that all your inspiration is right there. You just gotta know how to tap into it your own special way. You know what I mean? Exactly. And also be able to like kind of motivate you and push you to do it. Like, I don't know if you go through it or maybe there's some other artists that go through it. But like especially when you get older and your time becomes even a whole lot more valuable. And sometimes it's really easy to talk yourself out of something that you might have, been able, getting ready to do, whether because you worked a long week, work was extra hard, and you're like, God, I just want to just rest. And because, that weekend, that was so much driving and stuff like that. And just really, when you're around like-minded people that have that same energy, they give you that motivation to just, keep going, keep pushing. Like, you work all week for this. Now it's time for you to work for you, because this is for you. This is what you enjoy doing. So do it,
Absolutely. I agree 100%. You're part of a full group of artists.
Right.
Okay, and you guys do you guys jump on each other's songs or do you guys just do your own individual things?
Yeah, we jump on each other's songs. We usually do our sets together. Not quite what you would consider a record label, but we are, I guess, a establishment of artists that sometimes we record together. We normally perform together a lot, and we do like I'll send you a YouTube link to Chris and Sunset song. It's an actual country song, and it's called
Oh,
Cold Beer
wow.
and Guitar Strings. And they just released a video for it, and they performed it live on my set on last Saturday night, acoustic. So we do
Okay.
things like that. Just whatever creative, whatever works, we put it together. Right now, our main focus is Sunset's album Justin, that's coming out in July. But we're all working on our own individual things. I have a song I'm going to send you. It has not been released yet, but it has Sunset on it. It has my boy Nicodemus, and it has Bizarre from Eminem's group D12 on it as well. So you'll get to
Wow.
listen to that as well, and that's going to be on my project that I'm working on. Literally, now that I'm doing my music, I consider it. When we were younger, I was doing music because I wanted to blow up and I wanted to become rich and I wanted to become famous and all that. Now at this point, I consider my music and traveling around for my music no different than a counterpart like myself that follows their favorite team to watch them play games and things of that nature, how they will invest that time and that money in doing it. But the difference is I'm following artists that maybe that I grew up on or had influence on me that I don't mind, like, me and rubbing shoulders with, performing with maybe, in some cases. And so it's like an exposition to me. It's like, it's enjoyment. I do it because I really enjoy it. And I'm not looking for anything back out of it other than what I'm expecting to get out of it. You know what I mean? Like just a pure enjoyment. Like I'm just crossing out bucket lists at this point. Like I got Tech Nine last year. Who's this year? Who I'm getting this year. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of thing.
Okay, so now you're just living a life, the
Right,
life
right.
that
Just
you're
enjoying it.
just
Yeah.
yeah. But I know that you've got some things that you got to do as well as do I. It was wonderful talking with you.
It was a
All right,
pleasure.
love.
Definitely a pleasure. And remember, anybody,
Listen.
if you wanted to follow me, check me out here, the music. I am Gent Jack on all social media platforms. And the music is on all streaming services. So regardless of what you use, whether it's Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, it's even on YouTube. So just give it a quick search.
There will be